A common question that we get is, what if there's an issue with the print? So what I wanted to showcase on this video was how there was an element of the print that we and the customer were not exactly happy with. I'll highlight it here in a second, but there is a noticeable difference in the brightness in the tail section of this image. I don't know if you can tell, it's an airplane tail. And the result of this was, again, white ink is often just a huge pain in the butt to deal with. And we failed to agitate the white ink enough, so we saw that it started to get a little bit darker. So effectively what our goal was for this was, as you saw with that transfer tape, we kind of laid that down and kept printing on the transfer tape until we felt like we had at least a relative closeness to alignment. Now what you'll see here is it's not perfect. It really never is. But what this allowed us to do is to then print back over this image, lay down a layer of light white. And then what I'll show here subsequently is that after the white was done, we came back over and printed over just a section with, again, CMYK. It was WCMYK, so it had a white underlay. But for simple instruction purposes, we printed over that section again once we had laid down a layer of white. And the reason we did that is we were concerned that if we printed just WCMYK over just that tail section, that line, that vertical line, would still appear. So again, the option that we had was, well, we can certainly repaint the section of the image, or paint over the whole image, wait for it to dry, and print it again. Or took this tail section of the airplane, put it in Photoshop, made a version that was printed white only, as you're seeing here, and then created another image that was WCMYK and then printed over that. The intent was that we would just do a return to start and then print that way, but unfortunately, while we were backing the printer up, it actually came off the track. We have the capture wheels, but when it's going in reverse, those don't exactly work super effectively. But as I mentioned before, it's not a perfect process. You can see, like, we started the alignment with some vinyl transfer tape, and it was on the money. But as it continued to print, even if it's off by less than a millimeter, it starts to, I would say, get exponentially worse. So as you can see, there's maybe a quarter of an inch where it didn't completely cover that. And what I'll showcase here at the end of the video is the finished product. And we ended up having a discussion with the customer to see if it bothered him. And based off of the nature of this type of image, part of this is having those types of conversations with the customer is, we have some different options. We can either paint just that one sliver of a section. We could, frankly, just, provide a discount, or I'd be happy to paint over the entire image and start again. Customer said it did not bother him at all. He would have noticed it unless we pointed it out. So that is an option. Don't point it out, and more than likely the customer will be none the wiser. But unfortunately, I have an inability to shut up. So I pointed out this was an issue, and customer, was one, happy that we were honest, but secondly said it didn't bother him at all. So there wasn't a need to do anything else with that. I just wanted to highlight this as it comes up. How do we recover a failed print? And this was just editing that photo in Photoshop and printing that failed section. This is a luxury that is often, if you have an image with a hard line like we do here, but often there are different options where you can create a gradient effect and try to blend it in. But again, vinyl transfer tape is your friend. Thank you.